Samsung is apparently finished with all the changes we need for the Galaxy Fold, but there's one tiny major catch. In a very odd move, Tim Cook called a recent article from the Wall Street Journal on Jony Ive as absurd, and the back and forth continues as, according to government officials, Huawei should continue in the blacklist. I'm Jaime Rivera, and yes, it's Wednesday. Tomorrow is 4th of July, and for those of you that have been asking for a major giveaway, keep it locked to our Instagram tomorrow. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals. One of the things that I love is 4th of July sales. And truly, if you're in the market for Apple products one more time, $450 off for MacBooks if you follow the case of Best Buy with their pre-4th of July deals. $250 off certain iPad models. We see deals for PlayStations and for so many other products. I'm not going to bore you with details. You can learn more in the description. And in case you haven't noticed, and if you haven't, then more power to you, but services like WhatsApp and Instagram and true, the parent company Facebook, they're all having issues right now. And well, if you've noticed, either photos don't work or they don't load or whatever the case. And obviously, Instagram has just come on record stating that they're trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know, man. I think that that's actually good. We could actually talk to each other, you know, to our friends and not be on Instagram all day, which is what I notice people doing a lot. But yeah, that's just what's happening. Now let's talk about Apple and the future of iPhones. We've got a very interesting twist over in rumor mill happening regarding, well, Touch ID, its return and why. We had previous rumors over the possibility of having Touch ID all over the display in addition to Face ID, but apparently no, we're getting Touch ID back, but for good, in a way that will drop the cost of iPhones for Asia. So we hear that probably Face ID is going to get ditched on certain iPhone models to keep the price down, and well, you can expect that to happen in China and other countries in Asia. Obviously, we'll keep you posted as there's a possibility that it can or cannot happen, but apparently Touch ID is the one that's coming here to stay. And since we're talking about Apple, let's move the spotlight over to, well, a recent article from the Wall Street Journal regarding the departure of Jony Ive and the reasons why. And it's rather interesting because rarely do you see a company CEO come on Twitter and say that the recent article from the Wall Street Journal was absurd. And it wasn't really on Twitter, it happened directly to NBC, and obviously this has been a huge story over the fact that, well, the Wall Street Journal said that Jony Ive departed because he was having differences with Tim Cook over the fact that Tim was only focused on profits and there was no creativity anymore. To that, Apple responded, that's absurd. We've seen some awesome videos from Rene Ritchie with product designers and people that have worked at Apple that are also calling it absurd, that this is not part of the way the culture works, that we've known that Jony Ive has been burned out for a bit, and obviously this is a way for him to do something different where Apple continues to be the major customer. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that he departed for some weird reason, or just because, I mean, it's been 30 years? Some people get bored. And now, how about if we talk about Huawei? Obviously, I know a lot of you are waiting for the company to be pulled out of the blacklist. We had President Trump say that he was going to do it. But as I reported yesterday, it's not that simple. It hasn't really happened yet. And now apparently things start to get complicated. It seems that Huawei is still waiting for a nod to continue buying US products, which include Android. According to Reuters, John Suderman, the deputy director of the Office of Export Enforcement, just said that Huawei is still in the entities list and that should be treated as blacklisted. And then we've got other US senators claiming that this is the way it should be. So there is a lot of back and forth. I'm not exactly sure how long this is going to take, but obviously we will keep you posted. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with the Samsung Galaxy Fold and its future, as we did not have concrete dates, and I think the news are actually going to get a little more complicated. See, Bloomberg just reported that Samsung has already finished redesigning the Galaxy Fold. They stretched a protective film to wrap around the whole display so it's impossible to peel off by hand. They also redesigned the hinge. It's now flush to the display, which helps stretch the film when you unfold the device. The redesign is complete, but if you're asking which is the catch, turns out that they are now in the final stages of production for the commercial variants, but major components are barely being shipped, and now we're hearing that we might not see the product until the holidays, which in the United States is pretty much, what, November? Thanksgiving? Whatever the case may be, let us know in the comments. I mean, what do you think? What do you think that Samsung needs to do for you to buy a Galaxy Fold after everything that's happened? Because in my case, I think that, you know, the price tag. If there is a drop in the price tag, I'll be like, yeah, why not? Because I love the product for what it was when it had its issues, which I didn't have any. So I still feel that it's a great product, it's a great concept, but I feel the consumers will only adopt it if the price is right. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram. In addition, don't forget the giveaway tomorrow, and you can also follow me on my personal handles down here. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.